Hey BookTube, this is Friday Reads. I'm Jen and I talk about audiobooks, and I'm kind of excited about this week because I have a surprise for you at the very end. So you may want to stay tuned for that or just skip to the end. I read 5 books last week. I don't know how this keeps happening. I keep reading lots of books, and I mean, I do other stuff. I really do. Now, I walk around with my earbuds on all the time, so there is that, but I don't read this much, generally speaking, so I don't know what's going on, but I'll take it. Last week, I read A Trail Through Time. This is book 4 in the Chronicles of St. Mary's by Jodie Taylor. It's narrated by Zara, Ramm. I've talked about this series a lot, and it is equal parts time travel and history with a high dose of sarcasm and very clever wit. I absolutely love it. It's set in the UK. The characters are great. Can't rave enough about it. I gave that one 4 stars. And then I picked up Kisses After Dark. This is book 12 in the McCarthy's of Gansett Island series by Marie Force. The narrator for that is Holly Fielding, and they've switched it up, I think, for a couple of the books, at the later books, like 12, 13, I think maybe, I don't know. I've stuck with the ebooks because sampling the narrators, they're no better than Holly Fielding. No. I know probably some people can take Holly Fielding, but not me. So I read it as an ebook. Now the thing about these characters that Marie Force writes about, she takes all of them and integrates them into each successive book. So we're 12 books in. There are a lot of characters to keep track of, and I haven't read this series since last summer. So I found myself going, wait, who is that? Hang on a minute. Who is, oh, wait, flip back. Oh yeah, that's who that is. Yeah, so, I mean, it's just a lot of people to keep track of, a lot of characters. And so she gives them a fair amount of space in the novel. I mean, she pulls out a couple of main characters, but then she'll give a couple of pages to, you know, everybody else. So that was a little tough to keep track of. And then the main characters fell in love like in 2 weeks' time. Now, I love A Happily Ever After, and they were in their 30s, but come on. They were ready to get married after 2 weeks, and I'm thinking, yeah, I know people know what they want, but here's the thing. I knew in my brain that realism thing kept clicking on and going, yeah, that'll last about a year, and that'll be done, or 6 months, and these people will go, what were we thinking? Now, I know they're not real people, and it's not real life, and it is romance, happily ever after, you know, but really, it was just a bit much. So yeah, I ended up just giving that one 2 stars. I think I will try and finish out the series because I'm so close to the end, but I'm kind of getting bored with it. I don't know. When a series goes this long, I think you better be really invested or you better give up at the point at which you get kind of bored. So I don't think I'm quite there yet. I need to finish the series in the next probably couple of weeks because I've just picked up book 12. But anyway, 2 stars. Then I picked up the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. These are narrated by Justine Eyre. Well, you know, I go on and on about how I don't like Justine Eyre, and I really don't. She's not a narrator that I enjoy. I put up with her. And I'm willing to put up with her for some books. I knew I could speed her up for these books, which is why I wanted to reread them. I've read books 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I never read book 5, which is why I wanted to reread it. So I've been listening. I did speed her up to 1.5 speed, and then I sped her up to 2 times the speed, which really, you know, once you get to listening, if you give it maybe 2 or 3 minutes, you get acclimated to the cadence of the speech, and it's not hard to understand. So you do have to pay attention when you speed them up, and you can't really zone out. So if it's a book that you tend to do that with, then I wouldn't recommend speeding a book up. Okay, back to Justine Eyre. She's okay. I'm putting up with her. Well, book 1 was, she lays out a lot, Jennifer Armentrout lays out a lot of groundwork for the series. This is a YA angsty series about aliens. It is less angsty than a lot of the YA series that I've read, but it's still kind of very, I mean, these are teenagers. And she's, I think, a senior in high school. The main character, her name is Katie, and she's a book blogger. And then across the street, or neighbors with her, are some aliens. And so she falls for one of them, and it's the story of their romance. And so in the first book, the characters are very antagonistic with each other because it's one of those hate to love relationships. And that's okay, but it tends to get old through the course of an entire book. And then book 2, we get a new character, and that's fine. And I don't know, it's okay. The action picks up a little bit. The plot, you know, deepens a little bit in terms of history and who's on what side and who the bad guys are and who the good guys are. And that gets a little more defined, but there's a whole lot of angsty high school stuff. So yeah, I kind of put up with that. Between that and the narration, it was like, I don't know. So books 1 and 2, I gave 3 stars. Now by book 3, it picks up quite a bit. Quite a bit. I finished this last night, and the plot gets a lot more, well, the layers get pulled back a lot more. And there's a lot more action. There's a lot more character development. There is a lot more in terms of the backstory behind, maybe not backstory, but the details behind the evil government agency and also the aliens in general. So that's been really good. Plus the character development right there. I mean, this antagonistic relationship has turned into a very wonderful romance between two people that understand each other pretty well and love each other. So I'm on book 4, I'm listening right now, and I am about a little over halfway through, and I've sped it up. Now, book 4, there are 2 narrators. There's Justine Eyre doing the perspective, well, it's told from 2 points of view. So Justine Eyre is doing Katie's perspective. Point of view, I guess is what I want to say. And then, I can't remember his name. I want to say Matthew Brown is the guy, but I'll put it here on the screen in case I have that wrong, is narrating Damon. And, okay, his name is spelled D-A-E-M-O-N. I actually went online to figure out how that's pronounced because Justine Eyre pronounces it Demon. Okay, I can't do that. I cannot, I can't bring myself to call this character Demon. So I'm calling him Damon. But his perspective is being read by Matthew Brown, and I really like it. It's just, it breaks it up so nicely. So I'm hoping that into book 5 that it continues. So yeah, the action has really picked up at this point. I think that there's some details that I'm finding like, oh, I don't know, there's something wrong with that. Like little things. Like one of the things is they pull into this seedy motel, but this seedy motel has a gift shop and shampoo and soap and that kind of thing in the bathroom. And I'm sorry, those 2 things don't go together. You know, a budget hotel has that, but a seedy motel doesn't have any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was just something I noticed. But it serves the plot because they need for those things to be that way. So yeah, that's okay. Book 3, I gave 4 stars. I can see this book 4 being another 4-star book. Okay, book 1 is Obsidian, book 2 is Onyx, book 3 is Opal, and then this one, book 4, is Origin. And that title refers to something in the book that is new as of this book. So I'm going to finish this out, and then I'm going to get into book 5, and this has some amount of romance in it, so I will probably not need a romance fix as I continue on into next week. I think I'm going to pick up book 5? Yeah. Book 5 in the Chronicles of St. Mary's, which I cannot get this right. It's not A Trail Through Time, and it's not What Could Possibly Go Wrong. It's something else. I'll put it on the screen here. But I'm probably going to pick that up. And then I have some books from Penguin that I got. There's a new adult contemporary that I got, and then I've requested a couple from Simon & Schuster. And then I have some buddy reads, YA contemporaries, that I want to read with Lisa at Books and Smiles. And I think Michaela at Love Michaela Eve and I are going to buddy read some things. Maybe that might overlap with Lisa, so I don't know. I'm not sure, but that is going to get me into and through next week. So that's my weekend. That's next week. And here is my surprise. Today's my birthday. Yay. Now, when you get to be my age, this is just another day. It's not a big birthday by any means. You know, it's just a birthday. I don't make a whole lot out of my birthday. I make a whole lot of everybody else's birthday because I love giving gifts. I just am one of those people. I don't keep track, keep score, any of that. People say, well, what can I do for you? And I think, be this way with somebody else. I mean, really, that's all I, would expect. And so anyway, since it's my birthday, and since I just passed 500 videos, I think I'm at 506, or this will probably be 7, something like that. And my 4-year anniversary of being on BookTube is coming up at the end of this month. So all of these things are kind of all happening. And so I thought, I think I'll do a giveaway. So I'm going to give away an audiobook. So that right there makes it international, which I love. All you have to do is leave me a comment, be a subscriber, and really that's about it. If you want to tweet about it, that'd be great. I'm going to tweet about it. That's really about it. I will pick a winner next Friday. So if you want to enter, leave me a comment. I love talking to you in comments. That's never going to change. So anyway, I guess that's it for now for me. I'm going to go have a great rest of my day. My mom has told me she'll put a candle on the Friday night pizza. I'm going to go see my mom and dad. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this day. So that's it for now for me. Don't forget the giveaway, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.